So what's up everybody, it's me, True Star Screamer, and we've got ourselves a double review today. That's right, we are looking at, oh boy, the Loose Collectibles Burning Hammer series, Wei Li and Montez Li. Wei Lai? I don't know, because Li and Lai, but anyway. Sorry about the packaging looking a little weird. Lighting and reflective surfaces are my bane currently. Anyway, if you guys are longtime fans of the channel, you know Loose Collector and I have had our differences in life. Seriously. And this might be it. This might be my final incursion with them. We'll see how this goes. This is their independent line using their own articulation. And especially after following up that Baki review, check over here. This is going to be an interesting act to follow. This is basically Wei Li here is based off your Drunken Master. And this guy totally is not Bruce Leroy from The Last Dragon. He's totally not him. So, I already have my hairdryer in hand because I do not trust this plastic. And we're going to get these guys open and see what they're about. But the packaging basically just has your bio, tells you everything that you got in there. Basically, they've got the same accessories except he's got also the water, he's got his wine bottle. And of course, he's got a new upper torso and head, of course. So, let's get these guys open, and yeah, this should be interesting. This is either going to go really well, or this is going to be really ugly. I watch a lot of reviewers. I watch a lot of a good variety of reviewers. Two of the ones I really like, who are usually very good at being critical, who are very good at pointing out flaws from larger companies, with reason. They sing a lot of praise of Loose Collector. And I want to know, am I getting the same figures they're getting? Seriously. I did hit these guys with the hair dryers. And I am able to balance Wei here, which is, this is nice. I'm happy about this. And Montez here, I am utilizing the stand just because I was curious if it would fit, because remember how I had trouble with Skeletron with their stand fitting in the peg hole, and it does. And they talk about Loose Collector like they are the next big thing with action figures. Now, there are things I like about these guys. Don't get me wrong, and we're going to be talking about that. But I'm not going to lie, I'm underwhelmed with these. I've gotten, again, sorry about that. I just reviewed this guy. Notice I still have him in that one-legged stance. Oh boy, this guy's gonna fall now. I still have him in this one-legged stance. He was holding this pose for 3 days, guys. 3 days. Him, I would not trust him holding it. He's going to fall down any second now. I nudged it once, and I know he's not going to be able to hold it, because I spent I don't know how much time trying to get that one pose. So, I'm going to pull Wei out. We'll talk about Montez here first, but I got to say it. I am just underwhelmed, plain and simple. So working with Montez here, let's absolutely talk about some of the positives. The paintwork and the sculpt for the torso is fantastic. I like having the wash in here. It really makes the muscles very well defined. Thing is, the plastic on the arms is different from the torso. So, the arms look like a kit bash. I mean, yes, I get a little bit of the color coming down the sides, but it's not on the main biceps. It's not on... It's not the part that there's a sculpt break there, that's fine, but this completely kills the immersion. It's like this came from one factory, this came from another. Again, it looks like a kit bash, or it didn't go through the paintworks. And that bugs me aesthetically. Face sculpt is alright. I honestly, I look at a Valiverse figure, it's got a superior face sculpt to this. I look at some Hasbro figures, they've got a superior face sculpt. Profile is nice. Actually, I like the profile, but when I look at it straight dead on, it's just, it doesn't quite kick. Also, the hair is a flat color. I think some highlights would have been really nice. A little bit of dry brushing on that would have been really nice for that. The pants, nice texturing on them. I'll absolutely give it that. I did hit all the joints with a hairdryer already. And again, I'd much rather have them tight than loose, but it seems a little inconsistent. Like there's some shaky on the legs here. Thigh swivel, a little on tight, and because of the sculpt, it doesn't give me a full thigh swivel. We do have an ankle twist down here, so kind of like a boot cut, which is nice. His butterfly joint is next to nothing. I've gotten it. It's right there with the Hasbro range. Ab crunch, that's it right there. Back, that's it right there. I thought they would give me a little more definition on that and a little more posability on that. Neck, up, down, that's it. And regular hips, no drop down hips. I'll give them a pass on that one. I mean, that drop down hips I'm spoiled with, and that's something I can get maybe from a Spider-Man figure from Marvel Legends. So not a big deal on that. I'll give a pass on that. But he just, again, it feels like a Marvel Legend. I bend the knees here. I'm feeling the resistance to it. I can bring the leg up, but that's as high as I really dare go. You can already see I've already gotten paint rub on here. Yay! That just happened just now, just from bringing the leg up. It ate into there, and I got paint rub. Excellent. And this figure, when they originally came out, they were supposed to have been $35. Then after tariffs, $45 for this. And I've already got paint rub. I don't want to have to repaint this figure. I'll do it if I have to. But I just spent $45 on this. And this is what bugs me on some things. And I've given this company chances. This when they came out, I pre-ordered like that. I'm like, this is going to be it. This is going to be the figure that I'm going to see what all these other guys love and gush about Loose Collector for. It's not doing it for me. Let's talk about Way. So for the Drunken Master, I love the paint. I absolutely love the painting on this. And it's a much more concise. It's a blue base plastic, and then they put the highlights with the black on to really show off the folds. That's absolutely excellent. The face sculpt has a lot more personality than Montez does. So that absolutely gives him a bonus. Articulation is still the same. Again, barely on anything on the butterfly joint. It's again tight joints. I will say Valiverse Series 4 was worse. La Muerta was a little worse. Not quite as bad as Grendel. Yay. I'll give him that. It's weird. You put them back to back. These are supposed to be the same legs. The torsos are a little different in height, which I think that's kind of interesting. Basically, it's supposed to be like the similar bucks to it. Painting on the hands is a little off, but at least it matches the complexion of the face. And like I said, much better face sculpt. He also comes with his rice wine bottle. That's pretty cool, but maybe I would have liked a little more paint on that. His thigh here is already on the loose side. I'll say that right now. So the tension on these ball joints and the hips, that could be calibrated a little better. So, and top torso here, that's as far forward as we're going to get, and that's as far back as we're going to get. Let's talk about their accessories. I'm going to keep this simple just by going from the package on here. We get a claw hand. We get the kind of Bruce Lee taunting hand, which is pretty cool. We got the splayed fingers hands, tiger claw hands, and then we get for an alternate head, the kind of like the Jeet Kune Do look to it. I'll switch the some to my favorite pieces on here in a second. Now, I'd be lying if I didn't say I didn't like this look. I cannot deny that actually does look a lot better than the initial. Now, I'd be lying if I didn't say I like this look. This does look a lot better than the initial packaging. You know, that face versus this face, that is definitely the better of the two faces. It absolutely has a lot more personality, and I'll give it that. And these hands here, this is what I really wish Jada Street Fighter Fei Long had. I wish he had those hands. These do, they absolutely help. Now, I absolutely had to hit it with the hairdryer again to get the head off. It was definitely feeling tight. And as I was pulling the hands out, I was getting plastic shavings coming from that. So just be careful about that. So let's see what we can do with Wei. So for Wei Lai, for his accessories, again, we've got another hand arrangement of splayed hands, kind of cupping hands, chop hands, claw hands, and then we kind of get the crane strike hands, which are pretty neat. He also has a secondary head, which has a much more dulled expression. I honestly don't care for it. I'm not even going to bother. I'll pop it out of here. Oh, I'll pick those up in a second, but the other head is much more subtle, subdued. It's better than Montez's initial head, and as you can see, there's a square here because the cap comes off and and the hairpiece goes onto that. I went ahead and I tried, and none of the hands actually hold the rice wine bottle. But let me get and pop this guy on some of the hands I prefer. So not too much of a crisis, but I want to point out, as I was trying to get this guy in here, his arm popped off. So, trying to get a cool pose, and that's not cool if that's what happens. And there you go, trying to get the whole tiger claw crane style. And of course they both come with the throwaway stand, which does say loose collectibles on the underside. And at least it goes better than the Skeletron guys, because it does actually fit in the peg hole. But yeah, and as I was putting the hands in, I was again getting more plastic coming out from the sleeve, and you saw the arm and stuff like that. I'm sorry, that is not acceptable for me. If you've been wanting a Bruce Leroy figure, pick this guy up. If you need a drunken master in your life this year, pick up Wei. If you're just wanting a Bruce Lee analog, go pick up a Jada Toys Fei Long. You will be happier with that. Go pick up a Figuarts Bruce Lee. You'll be happier with that. At least the Fei Long, you'll be spending under $30 for it. Under $35, under $40 for it. I am not seeing what I paid for these figures. Plain and simple. I know Loose Collector has a following. I know there's a lot of esteemed YouTubers who love what these guys do, and God bless them. I just wish I was getting the figures they were getting, because so far, just about every figure I have, you know what, no, every figure I have spent money on by Loose Collector has kind of let me down, or has left me feeling underwhelmed. The only figure I've enjoyed from them is the Cabot figure, and I won that in a contest. La Muerta was fine, though the werewolves let me down severely. Grendel, I should not have been more than $45. I'm sorry. And these guys, they cost less than Grendel. Cool. And yes, they have some pros, but the cons, I have to say it, outweigh them. I got pinned legs here. In this day and age, if you could do pinless up here, why can't you do pinless down there? Alright, and again, that's just being objective here. The tolerances do not work for me. You saw I had an arm pop out of his socket. I've got plastic shavings down here for me putting the hands into them. I mean, yes, the sculpt is nice. I will not lie about that. The sculpting is great. The shading is nice. These heads are fantastic. The alternate heads, absolute waste. I think I'm done with these guys. I know I've got the Yeti on pre-order, but I got that through 5K Toys. I'm really going to see if I can get that applied to store credit, to be honest. I am not pleased with them. The butterfly joints are... They tease me for what the little they can do. I've gotten better on a Vulcan buck from Hasbro. Sorry. I would much rather have spent the money that I spent on these guys, $45, $90. I could have bought in 3 Action Force figures, and I'd probably be happier. I would have bought in 3 G.I. Joe figures. I probably would have been happier. I could have, who knows what I could have spent it on. I am not pleased with my purchase, plain and simple. And I'm just being honest with you guys. I would love to know what Jay Hernandez finds amazing about these guys. I would love to know what Articulated Ninja finds amazing with these guys. I respect them as YouTubers. I do. That's why I'm surprised that this is so held in high esteem with them when there are better figures out there for their money. And they're people, those are the type of guys who preach about value. This, incredible. Storm Arena, incredible. Valaverse, you all know I'll spend my money on those. It's a solid figure. But I cannot in good conscience say, go drop some money on these guys. Win them in a contest, borrow them from a friend, cool. But I'm just sorry, there's just better stuff out there. Plain and simple. And that is my honest opinion. If you are new here, please hit that subscribe button. Please hit that like button. You guys know I will never steer you wrong. I got so much more cool stuff that came in this shipment. I'm looking at it right now. I've got the V-Toys, Gravity Garden, that Dragon Slayer guy, he's here. I've got Yojiro from the Storm Arena. I've got the Lijiang Turtles coming up. I got so much cool stuff, so trust me, you're going to want to stick around. And especially for the next couple days, I got to cram all these reviews in because I got to fit them in for my top 10s. But of course, as always, until next time, take care. Peace.